Those of you that want to start a side hustle and don't have any money probably wondered how to start a side hustle with no money. But the truth of the matter is, number one, it's a bad question. And in this video, you're going to figure out exactly why. Founder of Titanium Capital Investments and Power Up Real Estate. On this channel, our greatest passion is helping people just like you invest in real estate and create and run businesses, because we believe that's the best way to add value to people. And make sure you subscribe to the channel, join our family of investors and entrepreneurs that are growing their lives through business entrepreneurship and investing so they can generate passive income, impact their families for years to come. And this video is brought to you by our business startup checklist. It's absolutely free. We want to give you a free copy just for tuning in today. In the description, click that link and you're going to go to a page where you can download your free copy of our business startup checklist. But when you're going to start a side hustle, you have to start asking the question, what's the path forward? How do I actually get this done? And if you're looking at your bank account, it's a little low. How do you actually get a side hustle started when sometimes it takes some money to get one started? The very first thing you do is you start with what you have. If you don't really have a car, then I probably wouldn't start with Uber. The idea is you want to just start with what you have. Most people are looking at, yeah, but I don't have this and I don't have this. But what do you have? What do you have? Because a lot of services don't take a lot of money to provide. The reason teenagers babysit doesn't take a lot of money to babysit people. You go to usually their house, all you need is a ride. The idea is that you pick a side hustle that leverages what you already have in place. So if you have a computer, you're good at video editing, that would be a great place to start. Let's say you're a great editor, but you don't have a laptop yet. You want to get one, you were practicing a while ago on your friend's computer, you found out you're pretty good at it, but you don't have a computer yet. Guess what? That's not a place for you to start till we generate some money to get you a computer. So the idea is we start with what we have so that we can buy what we need. You understand that? We start with what we have so we can buy what we need. But the next thing I want you to understand, there are some skills that don't require any assets in order to provide value to people. I want to give you a few of those. Number one, you could be a virtual assistant. You could be a virtual assistant where you don't need any assets. You don't even need to own your own home. All you need is a Wi-Fi connection and a computer. I actually met a person at an event a few years back that started their virtual assistant business by going to the library each day and running their virtual assistant business from a library until they could afford a computer. The idea is we don't ask what we don't have. We say, how can we get it done with what we do have? So again, a virtual assistant is something you don't need a lot of stuff to do to produce income so that you can buy what you need to do what you love. Again, another one would be proofreading. I have people online, I pay to proofread books before I publish them because I'm not a great proofreader. I'm a good writer, I get things done, and then I need somebody to proofread. Another one would be tutoring. A lot of people tutor students that are bad in subjects that they're good at. Again, they don't need anything. Another one would be property management. You don't need to own any property. All you need is a cell phone and you can manage properties. Now, these aren't the only ideas. This is meant to continue to stir your brain that there's skills out there that you don't need a lot of assets for in order to create a side hustle. So what I tell people is start with what you have to generate money so you can buy what you need to do what you love. Start with what you have so you can buy what you need so you can do what you love. So whatever the side hustle you want to be in, you want to be a web designer, but you need $1,500 for a new laptop, then our goal is to create a side hustle and just do something until I save up $1,500, I get my laptop, and I'm ready to go. The idea is that I just work with what I have so that I can invest and get what I need so I can do what I love. Every single entrepreneur does this. I remember my first tools when I started my construction business. My first tools were given to me as graduation presents at the end of high school, and they were given to me for birthday presents. And when I got married, I said, that's what I want for any gifts because I'm trying to start a construction business here. The idea is we just start with what we have. And I believe you can start that, but we have to start asking the question, not how do I start a side hustle with no money? That's the wrong question. The right question is, what do I want to do and how much money do I need to be able to do that? And then, how do I create the money in order to get there? That's the right question because you're asking your brain to find answers that will get you to be doing what you love. And again, I don't want you identifying with no money. How do I start a side hustle with no money? It continues to tell your brain to identify with not having cash. I don't want you doing that because your brain's going to own that as your identity. That's not your identity. That's just a financial state. That's the idea. There's a difference between being broke and being poor. Being broke is not have any money. Being poor is a mindset that usually you stay there until you break through. And the idea is if you don't have any money, that's okay. Let's go get it. But if it's a poor mindset, if you keep telling yourself you're broke and you don't have any money, you'll develop a poor mindset and you won't actually be able to get out of it unless you do some drastic work. So we want you to be able to think, no, how do I just get there? How do I get to do what I love with the resources that I have? The fourth thing is pick something and do it. Pick one of these services that you don't need a lot of assets for, and you don't need a lot of money to get into, and start doing it right away. And what we call launch and adjust. I had a mentor years ago say launch and adjust. It's the idea that when a plane launches off the ground, it's rarely going the exact direction it needs to go to land at whatever city or country it's headed to. And so it launches and then it steers in the direction it needs to go. It's the same thing. Get off the ground, start doing something, then start adjusting over time. When I started my business, I started in one direction, then I moved another, and then I moved another until I landed here training people about real estate and entrepreneurship. But it took a lot of adjusting to get here. So a lot of people will only want to launch when they have the path completely figured out. That'll keep you held back and it'll keep you broke for a very long time. And I don't want that. So you have to get off the ground and start something. The world is given to those that get up and start things. And I want that to be you. Starting a side hustle can change your life. In fact, when you start it the right way and you grow it the right way, it can become more than you make it your job, and it can completely replace your job, and it can be what you do for the rest of your life. The idea is a side hustle can become your life. That's what happened to my wife and I. Real estate was a side hustle for us, and now it's all I do. Because again, it's something that generated enough revenue to give me the ability to live the life of my dreams in an area that I love. And that's why I believe everybody should start a side hustle. But again, before you start, I want to give you a free tool today. It's going to help propel you forward. It's our free business startup checklist. You click that link in the description, you're going to go to a page, you're going to be able to download the free checklist so you can make sure you have all your ducks in a row when you launch and start trading value for money. I'll see you in the next video.